Let me go to the first time caller, Jacob out of Texas.
Oh,
Jacob, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
hey, Mr. Jesse Lee. How you doing this morning?
All is well, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm calling from actually the Rio Grande Valley, right next to the border,
What
where
a
all the
mess.
Mexicans are coming through.
Yeah, what a mess.
Yeah, what a mess, Jesse. Anyways, I had a question for you regarding women in positions of leadership roles, I guess.
Right.
And I wanted to give you an example. I know you have a lot of people on your show, but there was one particular person that you had, it was months ago, though, named Pearl Davis. Do you know who she is?
Oh, yeah, she was on the Fallen State.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah, she has a...
Yes.
Yeah. So she's on your show. She has a really big influence, particularly when it comes to, like, men and relationships and women. She kind of similar to, like, what you do. And I noticed that, she calls women fat. She get back in the kitchen, stop working. Women can't vote, which I can all agree with on that. But where I'm coming from is, how do you feel about women like that leading the charge when them themselves aren't wives? Like, she's not a wife. She's 27, around there, unmarried. She makes her own money. She has a bunch of clout, but yet she's influencing or telling men how to pick women, and she's also basically getting a lot of other women upset for her hypocrisy. How do you feel about women in that space influencing men? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
You said she's getting women upset for her hypocrisy?
Yeah.
But how is she speaking the truth, or how is there hypocrisy?
Because her herself is unmarried. Again, she's a boss.
But you don't have to be married to speak the truth.
No, I understand that. But she's getting a lot of people upset. Like, she's leading the charge in that. And do you believe women make good lead? Do you believe she's a good leader in that?
No, women cannot. I mean, she can speak the truth, but she can't lead. Women are not to lead men.
Right, and she's doing that by her influence online.
But how is
similar to like things?
How is she leading men by speaking the truth?
She's leading a lot of the charge where it comes to like she'll parrot a lot of things like from other men.
But how is she leading men though by speaking the truth though?
She's leading men by speaking points of views that a lot of men influence other men to get better.
But how is she leading men? You're not telling me that. All she's doing is speaking the truth, right?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, not necessarily all the time.
How is she leading men by just speaking the truth?
She's leading men by influencing a lot of people, I guess, like a lot of men, to kind of follow women in a sense of, I guess I could say, she parrots a lot of talking phrases from other men.
Jacob,
but doesn't necessarily understand.
Is she telling men to follow women?
No, she doesn't tell men to follow women.
So how is she leading men then if she's not telling them to do that?
She's not telling them to do that.
So how is she leading the men then?
Well, she's leading the men as far as influence. She has a mass influence. I'm asking you, how do you feel about her, who herself is not necessarily a...
Do you know any men who... Do you know any men who see her as their leader?
No, I don't know that personally.
So then,
but
why do you think she's leading men then?
No, I'm saying I believe she's leading men because of her kind of having a stance of, well, she tells women you gotta do X, Y, Z, but her herself is a boss babe. and she does all the same.
She's not
same
married,
things that
right?
she doesn't
She's
tell
not
women
married.
to do.
She's not married, right?
She's not married. No.
So she
got
got to take care of herself.
Yeah, I understand that, Jesse. But I'm saying, if her herself tells women, you got to get back in the kitchen and do all these things, but her herself is not that. Do you find that to be a little bit hypocritical?
No, if she's not married,
No.
and so she's not married. She's not telling men to follow women. She's telling married women that they need to get back in the kitchen and cook and have babies and take care of the men home and stuff like that. But she's not leading men, though, right? She's telling women the right thing to do.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from on that, but I'm saying, do you think she's a positive influence in that?
If she's telling the truth, absolutely.
Oh, really? Okay. Awesome.
You don't think so?
I think that Pearl tends to have a very, because I've seen a lot of her interviews or debates. I think she tends to have a very parroting talking point. So so when she does go up against other people that disagree, or even other people that do agree, but talk about particular like a psychological point of view when it comes to what's going on.
What made you watch her so much?
I don't really watch her so much. She comes out on a lot of other people's podcasts. Like she has a big influencer, so she obviously pops up a lot.
Are you judging her for having an ego?
Yeah, well, she does have an ego, that's for sure.
Are you judging her for having an ego?
Am I judging her?
Yeah.
I suppose so, yeah.
And do you have the right to judge her?
Do I have the right? As long as it's righteous judging, if it's the truth.
Do you have the right to judge her?
Yes.
And who gave you the right to judge her?
Who gave me the right?
Yeah.
I guess you could say, I don't know, God? Did God give us the right to judge? Righteous judging?
Who gave you the right to judge her?
God, Jesse.
And how did God give you the right when he told you not to do that?
Well, he told us we could judge through righteous judgment.
But that's
and obviously judgment is always natural, Jesse. Obviously, we judge every day in order to survive through life.
That's not natural. It's not natural to judge, Jacob. It's unnatural.
It's unnatural. Well, it is natural, Jesse. Obviously, we do judging every day to survive.
If it's natural to judge, why did God say, "Don't judge, or you shall be judged"?
I think what you're talking about there is more of like, obviously, God doesn't want you to judge people unrighteously.
He didn't say that. He said, "Don't judge, or you'll be judged." He didn't say, "Don't judge unrighteously." Don't judge. He said, "Don't do it, or you'll be judged."
I understand that, Jesse, but I mean, you're also a guy that says, women are sluts and men are slut makers.
Jacob.
So I'm saying, like, that's a form of judgment as well, Jesse.
Jacob.
I'm saying, yes.
That's not judgment at all. But you're saying that you're judging her. And you're saying God gave you the right to judge her. Where in the Word did God give you the right to judge her or anyone?
I don't know where it's at exactly, Jesse.
It's not in there, buddy.
I'm not a Bible thumper. I
know, but Jacob, it's not in there.
Well, I'm not a Bible thumper, Jesse. I can't tell you exactly, but I know that it does talk about righteous judgment.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't talk about righteous judgment?
No.
Okay. So it just says all judgment, always, all of that, always. If you judge a tiger that it might kill you, you shouldn't do that. That's just saying, Jess, come on. We all go out there, we all have to judge to survive.
That's practical judgment.
Oh, practical judgment. What's the difference?
And Pearl is not going to kill you.
Well, she can hurt a lot of men, and she's being a role model for women. That can hurt a lot of women.
What's wrong with her telling married women they need to get back in the kitchen?
Well, she's telling women in general. It's not just married
But
women.
What's wrong with her telling them that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but she's telling, like, she herself, you have to realize people like that are influencers, they're role models to others, younger people.
Jacob, what's wrong with her telling that? Women
what's wrong with that is if she's not telling people, if she's telling people you should do this, but her herself is not, it creates a division there, Jesse. That's the problem that I think a lot of people have.
She does cook and clean for herself. She's just not married. But Jacob, I got to run, buddy. Call me again. I appreciate it, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time, Jesse.
You're welcome. Call me again, Jacob. Amazing call.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, buddy.